clicking the button, and now I'm live. Da, 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 da. Hello, can you hear me okay? I'm waiting. It's the dramatic waiting times when you are unsure if the button actually worked. Let me tell you, for those who don't do YouTube, when you hit the go live button, there's this moment where you're just waiting to be like, did it actually happen? Am I actually live? It's very intense. Thank you, everyone. I am so sorry about the wait. Let me tell you. Oh, my camera's crooked. Hold on. Let me fix. Let me tell you. So I scheduled this. I was like, okay, we'll go at 2. That'll be great. I specifically made sure to wait because I know so oh yay, thank Peggy for me. Um so so I was like, I know Dustin normally goes live, and lots of my friends here in the YouTube land like to watch Dustin's live. So I was like, okay, I'll make sure, I'll wait. And then I was like, oh shoot, there's an important thing. A couple of my friends are moving, and this was their last service they were going to go to, so I was supposed to go and see them. But then Cameron woke up not feeling good this morning. He's okay, but he woke up feeling warm and a bit of a cough, so we couldn't take him. So I was like, okay, so I'll just be home. And then I got a message from a previous classmate who moved into our last place we lived in and was like, hey, we got something that's yours. And it was my HelloFresh delivery because I reactivated the wrong account and it went to my place in Oshawa instead of here in Toronto. So then I had to call my mom, who lives by Peterborough. So she lives like a 3 hour drive from here. And I was like, Mom, I really need this food delivery. Please, can you help me? So my mom had to drive and on the way here, pick up the HelloFresh and bring it to us. And this is why I was delayed, because my mom was here. And she had to visit for a little bit because since it's extra. See, thank you. Thank you. I knew someone would know it. Um, it and she's not even in Peterborough exactly. She's in Campbellford, if you're very familiar with it. I can't remember. Is it Thea or hey? I just can't remember how to pronounce your name, Garden Goddess Tarot. Anyways, so she had to drive, and she was supposed to drive here next Saturday because it's my son's birthday. It was still fresh, and it did still say hello. I need the cord because my camera's being weird. Internet cord. So so she was like, I can't come multiple weeks. I'm like, that's fine, I understand. So then so yeah, so I had to visit with my mom. So I pushed it back for an hour, and then I didn't go to the initial thing, but then I had a delay. It was a whole kerfuffle. So that's why I'm late. Sorry. Hi everybody. I hold on. I wholeheartedly agree with this comment. I want to say huge thanks to everyone who joined in and was hanging out and chatting and waiting. I really, really appreciate it. I did post in the comments that Thea, like the or Taya. I don't. Can you spell it phonetically for me? How to pronounce it? Anyway, um, and I have to say a huge thank you because of this. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. And that's why we're here. I finally hit 1,000 subscribers, and it's all thanks to you, amazing people. And I love you all so much. You have no idea. And I'm excited. And yes, how is everyone doing today? I'm excited. It's my happy dance. So, the fun thing I posted in my my thingamadoodle community tab that I want to play tarot reading roulette. So if you didn't see that post, I have a wheel. Let me show you. Share screen, clicking buttons, tab. I have a wheel. So if you would like, I have no the if you I want to do live readings because it's fun. A few of them, I have no clue how many. And so I figured, well, I could just make a wheel and make it random and just periodically pull. So if you've missed it and you would like to have your name put on the wheel for a chance for a live reading, just type tarot in all caps like this. And if I draw your name, you'll get a short little reading and you'll get to tell me if you want like a general or if you have a question or something. Okie dokie. I got you, Ivy's Grove. Yay! 1,000 subs. Woo! Lisa, do you want me to put your name in my wheel? Should I just put Lisa's name on the wheel? Even if she says no, I can just not read for her cards, but I think I should put her name on the wheel. She's always spinning the wheel. She should be on the wheel. Be on the wheel. Okay. So let me just quickly add. I got you, Michelle. Yes. Shea. Thank you. I couldn't remember how to pronounce it. Oh, babe, come back. Lisa saw you walk by, so now you have to say hello. Yeah. Come on. Look, she's got a mushroom dress. Come here. Come say hi with your pretty mushroom dress.
Hello.
Look, and her hair's purple now.
You can't see the mushroom dress as well when I'm bent in.
But you can see her purple hair.
Purple hair.
But look, she's got a pretty mushroom dress. It has pockets. It has pockets.
It has nice pockets.
Look at that dress. Is that not amazing?
Hot topic. Unbelievable.
I love you, baby. Mwah. Okay. Shea loves your hair, darling. Soraya says thank you. I totally forgot to tell her that I made people wish her a happy birthday on one of my videos. Bad wife. I am a bad wife. Okay, hold on. I got you, Lisa Stevens. So Jace. And oh, I'm clicking the wrong tabs. Jace. And we've got Emerald Fern. I love that name, by the way, Emerald Fern. I want to be a fern. Lisa Poppins. Lisa Corn. Like a unicorn, but Lisa. Hold on 1 second. Boo, boo, boo. My wife's name is Zariah. Zariah. Like Mariah, but with a Zor instead. I occasionally call her Zarbini or Zarbi or Z. Nice. But her name is Zariah. So far, she hasn't picked a middle name yet, which I find very interesting. I want her to pick a middle name. because it's cool and I like middle names. I picked a middle name, so my middle name is going to be Evan. So it's Kyra Evan Getchell, or my initials spell Keg. Anywho, okay. So, oh, was there a kitty? Oh, that one? That's my bitch cat who likes to attack my dog. Yeah, sure. You can get on the list. That is Kiko. She's very nice. She's a pain in the butt. Well, she's very cute. Uh, but she is a pain in the butt. So, do we want to start with the tarot reading roulette spin, or do we want to start with fun news? Thank you, Ivy. I do have Clementia's creative cartomancy on my list. So Manuel, I have you down on the list. And if your name comes up, then you will get a reading and I will be centering it on you. Okay. It can be about you and like how you're interacting with people, but it will be centered on you. Okay. So the fun news is very much related to the fact that I have my YouTube's, my 1,000 subscribers on YouTube's is I have something very exciting coming tomorrow. There's a super special video coming out tomorrow to announce, and you guys get the first news because I'm excited. There's a video coming out tomorrow to announce my channel membership, and I'm so excited. I am so excited. I made emojis and um so I've made emojis and there's badges. Would you like, I can't decide. So I've been excited and tempted to give a little sneak peeks of like an emoji. But I can't decide if I should. So what do you think? Should we do a sneak peek? I can show you one of the emojis I made, or we can wait. What do you think? And I'm pretty sure the emojis show up just when you even browse the membership. So like if I recall correctly from like when I joined Lisa's. But I made a little video. It's probably the shortest video I have ever made. You didn't even need to ask. Okay, I'll show you a sneak peek of one of my favorite ones. Just let me now granted this is in big version and it will be in smaller version. But I'm just loading. So share screen. Look at this little guy. Look at it. It's a little ghost friend. It's a little ghost friend with a like a surprise face. And I added the little bow tie and I give him a magnifying glass because I wanted like I wanted something fancy of like when like you know the one that's quizzical or that's like detective-ish. I wanted a fancier version because it's freaking hysterical. So that is a sneak peek of one of my emojis. Um, there is so there will be a video tomorrow with the rundown of all the information. Does anyone have any questions before I spin the tarot wheel for the first time? Oh. I'm looking at the comments. Does anyone have any questions? Ha 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 ha. I don't see any. So I'm going to open, and I wish I had a bigger screen to watch this. Lisa, that is a good question. You are a genius. Look, your little face is on my screen. So, and I'm gonna start. I swear to God, Barb, if you ask me some smart ass question like the meaning of life or something, the membership is reformatted from my Patreon. So I've had a Patreon for a while, and I loved it. I'm admittedly really not good at remembering to go to a completely different platform. Like Lisa said when she started hers, is one of the biggest draws of YouTube membership is the fact that it's all right here on this platform where I already spend a bunch of my time. So and it works better for the format of the things I can provide, and I'm very excited. So I took my Patreon, and exactly, Lisa, I always forget to go and look at Patreon stuff. It's just, for the way my brain is neurodivergent, out of sight, out of mind is a very real thing. Barb, I'm I'm saving that, and we're gonna talk about it, Barb. Jesus. Um uh Y'all are killing me. So um so I took the Patreon, and I was gonna be reformatting it. So I just waited and rejigged it for the membership. So there's new tiers. I did see your question, Shea. Thank you. Um, there's new tiers. There's there's new things, like there's some journaling stuff, there's some tarot stuff, there's alliterations. Uh, and I don't want to like give out all the details because I made the video and it was super fun. Um, it was super fun making the video announcing it, and I did little animations in the editing because I'm a dork. And um, so my Patreon is going to be closing, and I'm timed it out so that way I've the membership video launches tomorrow, and then words. I'm getting so excited it's hard to talk. Does that happen to anyone besides me? When you just get so excited that your tongue just stops cooperating and it's like trying to move too fast? I think Lisa's just enjoying the fact that Barb and her get to cause chaos on someone else's live than me and Barb causing chaos on hers. Anyways, so there's lots of new stuff, including, I will say one of my favorite cool things we offered is there's going to be a special D&D games for membership periodically. So and because I just figured a lot of people want to try D&D, but it's hard to get to, and just having occasional games where you can just play and be ridiculous is super fun. I'm so excited. So it is different. It's kind of like revamped. It's like when people it's like when people just rebrand, redo their Patreon, update it kind of thing. Those I'll give you a hint. The tier that starts off with the dungeons, the D&D game, they're called my gamer ghosts. because I'm a dork and I really wanted to include ghosts because it's a thing. So that's your info about that. Uh, now, uh, how long have I been reading tarot and how long have I been a pro astrologer? So the pro astrologer thing really started last year. And so I would like to be a gamer ghost. The gamer ghosts are awesome. But there's so much goodies. I can't wait for y'all to check it out. I'm so excited. Um and I just had so much fun creating the alliterations. So the reading tarot, let me think. Um it's been since at least, yes, I win. Peggy got poutine, corrupting people with food all the time. It's been at least since 2016. I started reading tarot and then I stopped for a bit and I had a whole story and then I started reading tarot again. The thing about me is when I do something, it consumes my entire life. So where a lot of people will say, and I admit I'm nervous to say this because there are some people who wouldn't be comfortable and who don't agree with the fact that I went pro so early, according to their opinions, and that's okay. It just does make it a bit nervous for me to say it. The thing with me is like when I go into something, I dive all the way in, and I just let it consume all of my time and all of my brain power. So whereas some other, and this is part of my neurodivergence, I fixate on things. And tarot and astrology both very quickly became special interests. And blah, 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 and so I spend, where like in a week, someone who has a traditional 9 to 5 job and spends maybe an hour every night studying, where someone might spend an hour every night studying tarot, I would spend about minimum 6 hours a day dived in. So I just think it's important that we remember that with these things that we learn, everyone, depending on who they are as a person and what their life looks like and how their brain works, everyone looks and everyone learns differently. So where I'll 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 try, Barb, but I make no promises. I'm full of exciting and fun things to say. Um, so like it always seems fast to other people the way I do things. That's because like when I do something, I do it and I do it hard and I do it with all of me. It's just like my house. When I now I can't do it now. I was cleaning and my hip is sore. But don't answer the question. Oh, I'm okay. It's okay, Shea. I'm not compromising myself. I promise. Um, what question? I don't. Anyways, um, so so I what I strive for is making sure I'm completely open and honest about where I'm at and what level I'm at, and if there's something that that is beyond my capabilities to answer or to address in my work, I'm just upfront with my clients about that and whatnot. But yeah, so I've been doing tarot since about 2016. Um, and astrology, I started my my astrology journey was really cool. I reached out to a group I was in and asked for people I could practice with their charts because that's just the best way to go about. Oh, thank you. You're my favorite. Thank you. I want to send hearts. I'm pausing to type a heart. It didn't work. Damn it. Hold on. I want to type a heart. Heart. Wait a minute. Can I do my own emojis? I can. Yo, look. I can do my own emojis already. Even though I haven't launched it yet, I can do my own emojis. Oh, amazing. Anyways, um, the astrology, honestly, the best way for me to learn was to just ask people if I could read for them. And so I started reading for them. And it merged over time into being paid because I was still teaching them things and spending my money. Exactly. This is very reassuring for me. I've been reading tarot since 2016 too, full on special interest style. I offer pro readings too and feel confident enough to do so. Exactly. In my opinion, there are so many different styles of readers. What really matters is if you're just open and honest and upfront. If you present yourself as you are, then you're great, right? I think that the problem comes because everyone has different levels of comfort, and that's totally okay. And everyone deserves those boundaries for themselves. The difficulty comes um, when people misrepresent themselves. So I think as long as we're open and honest in how we're representing ourselves and where we're coming from, like I tell my clients all the time, I like if I have a client who wants to look at the 12th house, I tell them I am still learning a lot about how the 12th house applies practically in my life. Here's my astrologer. They know a lot more. So if you feel like you want to dig into this energy beyond the basic understanding I can give you, then here's a resource. Here's someone I would recommend, right? And at some point, I will have more information about it. Right now, it's just not a thing I've fully developed because I'm still learning how to practically apply it to my life, kind of a thing, right? And that's exactly the thing. A lot of people, the truth is, sometimes people who aren't neurodivergent don't realize when we hyperfixate and we take on something as a special interest, we eat, sleep, live, die by the thing. Like we will forget to eat because we're so busy reading tarot. So we're able to pick up things in ways that seems really fast. Got behind, just catching up. Oh my God, me on double speed. I gotta tell you, it's a treat. Anywho, I want to spin the tarot wheel. But before I do that, I'm just gonna quickly. Oh, I saved everybody. And I did see Janet, the chat's going very fast. Welcome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Um, Also, too, while we're hanging out, if y'all have anything you want to see from me, any content or ideas, you always watch me on 2x speed. What the hell, man? That's fast. Um, if anyone has anything, any content they'd like to see, or if they have any questions they want to ask, let me know. But for now, I'm going to. Ooh, I need to grab a tarot deck, and I'm silly, and I set myself up in a silly way. So, hold on one second. Shaky computer screen. 1 second. We're gonna play Fix It. So this is my keyboard. Hello. Don't worry, I'm gonna move this camera. YouTubing live. Lisa, I tried editing my videos on 3x speed and I can't understand myself that fast. But a funny thing happens. Aha. Oh my God, Steph. Thank you. a funny thing happens is like once you've listened to yourself super fast, when it goes slow again, you're like, I don't, you're like, this is so slow. Why do I talk so slow? But you're just used to the fast. Ah, light in my face. Oh my God. Yeah, I also use Filmora Garden Goddess Tarot. Lisa's the one who taught me how. Lisa messaged me one day. She's like, I figured out how to edit at fast speeds. And she was very excited. Okay, so flippy the camera. Of course, you can be added to the wheel, Steph. Look at this. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Of course you can be added to the wheel. 1 second. Let me add you to the wheel. Last chance. Anyone who is not already on the wheel, if you want to be on the wheel, please type tarot in all caps in the chat. Just gonna wait a minute. Do, 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 do. Look, now I have a different camera. Hello. What deck should we pull out? Should we have decks on the ready? All my decks are right. Here, I'll just show you. Oh, sorry about that. I don't have enough decks yet. I need some more. Look at them. Of course, Boo. Okay, 1 second. Boop. I accidentally highlighted you saying boo. Oh, I gotta tuck my. Oh, I dropped my phone. This is why we edit videos. So it's slightly less chaotic. That's not working. All right. How's that look? Yeah, that looks good. Boom. Okay, Tarot, I got you, Shea. I'm putting some decks up on Tuesday for the first time ever on the Tuesday Tarot trade. On that one? Is that what you mean? Listen, I said I was so nervous to do a live. And then I got my thank you, Lisa. I see you. I will add Janet. I'm just double checking now. And then I got the Boo Tarot. And it just took away all it just took away all my nerves. I feel like I'm just becoming synonymous as the ghosty person. Okay, so let's see. I'm just gonna check and see. We want to add Janet Sparkle Panda. Oh my God, your name is amazing. Janet Sparkle Panda. And do I need to add anybody else? Got Shea. Checking my phone. My phone made a. Oh, the Cosmosis deck. I wanted that so badly. They're talking about my wifey. Yes, Lisa, you go ahead and you pimp your wifey's bags out on my channel anytime you want. God knows I do it enough. Okay. I'm not seeing anybody else. So let's do our first. I just want to check. I don't want to miss anybody. Tarot. Tarot. Okay. This spread cloth, yeah, this is done by Peggy, which I'm sure Lisa's already told y'all, but all my cloths and bags are from Peggy, minus this one, which I got from Krista at Crochet Witch Tarot. This one is a Krista, is a Crochet Witch Wears bag. Could one of you grab the link to Krista's Etsy shop? I was so thrilled. She made this she offered and made me this as a thank you for the reading. For Lisa, I think you're typing too fast. I think I need to slow down my tongue and you need to slow down your fingers. For job. Sidrosta. All right. Okay. Anyways, so I got this from Krista's shop. Thank you. Thank you, my friends, for helping me. Boop, boop. What she said. Okay. She did, and she started making zip bags. And her stuff is awesome. And Krista is a doll. She's so sweet. Here's my mouse. But that's not the point. The point is to put up the wheel, share screen, Chrome tab. Okay. Full screen. Okay. So I just click. I just click. Juniper! Junie, I don't even know if you're here. Yay! Okay. Juniper Wren, are you here by chance? I don't know if you are. But, you know. Hi, PJ. How you doing? Welcome to the party. All right. I think we're going to go with my boot tarot because it makes me happy. If at some point someone else wins one and they want a different deck, that's fine. I'm still afraid to shuffle it. Like, I just don't want to hurt it. It's hysterical. Okay. So, Juniper, what did she say on hers? Let me check. General. Okay. All right. So for a general, let's just go. This is so nerve-wracking. I've never done readings live outside of my Patreon. I bent a card. I bent a card in my shimmering veil. It was awful. I was shuffling for my members, or well, my Patreon, my patrons. I was shuffling, and that was not a good shuffle. And my hand slipped, and I had them in the bridge, and my hand slipped and slammed, and I bent the Lover's card. I bent the Lover's card. Where is it? And of course now every time I feel like the Lovers is just indefinitely hanging out around me, because who was it? Was it Lisa? It was Lisa Stevens' fault when she was like, the Lovers is stalking you, and I was like, no, it's not. Lisa, I was not going to let that die. Look. This is why I can't have nice things, because I bend them. Boo. I mean, it's still really nice. I'm just very sad. My heart stopped. My heart just stopped. And I was like, oh my God, my cards. Anywho. Okay. Junie. Juniper Wren, a general reading. Okay. Don't worry, we will bring back. I have saved Barb's question. Okay, energy. Do you like my double screen, you guys? Energy for Juniper. Come on. Obstacle and advice. No, no, that's too much advice. Bad ghosts. Too many. Too much advice. Advice. You know what? I'm going to put comment so that way when Juniper, when people who missed it watch the playback, if they've missed a reading, here you go. Okay, so energy, the obstacle, and the advice. My goodness. Okay. All right. Look at them. Sparkle ghosts. I I don't know what you got going on, Juniper, but there's something. There's something going on here, and I'm curious about it. So for the energy, you got the Magician and the Eight of Cups. It's interesting. Okay, Emerald, I'm gonna star that. It's interesting to me having the Magician and the Eight of Cups together. So what first comes to mind is the Eight of Cups has come to hold a very specific association for me, in that this card I had for a very big month, and I had it again recently, and the lesson, my big lesson from the Eight of Cups, seems to be about staying in the place I've come to. It's about emotional boundaries, is what it feels like, to summarize it. Yeah, I like that. I'm going with it. I feel like there's something going on right now where you really need some emotional boundaries. And it's not just something you need to, I'm trying to think of words. It's not just something, there's a more active element to bringing the emotional boundaries to yourself. It's not passive. That's what I was looking for. It's not just like, I have emotional boundaries, done. It's I have emotional boundaries. I really need these emotional boundaries. And so I have to actively work for them. Because while this is a card of, Barb, we'll deal with your issues later, okay? Well, the, while this is a card of manifestation and cultivation and magic, it's an active thing. It's not the kind of magic that's just always there in the world, which does exist and is amazing. This is an active choice kind of a thing. Hello, Candy. Welcome to the chat of chaos. My moderator is being naughty, and it's Barb, because of course it is. So, Juniper, you've got something with needing some emotional boundaries, but needing to make sure you're actively holding them, bringing them, manifesting them, really deciding what you want them to look like and to feel like and to be. This feels, the chat is so distracting. Lisa, how do you do this? Oh my God. I love you all so much. It's emotional boundaries are just a really, really, really big thing. And then the obstacle, you have the judgment card. I'm a little sad seeing this as an obstacle. What this feels like is the judgment card is a call to something that seems greater than ourselves. At least that's a lot of my association with it, and some of the stuff that really sticks out in the way it shows up when I read with it. This is not that. The obstacle is that you feel. It's a feeling like I'm trying, Lisa. It's a feeling like you're being called to something greater than yourself. But this is the obstacle. It's a trick. It's a trap. It's not actually, yes, it is shiny. It's not actually something greater than yourself, Junie. It's not. I know it feels like it is. I know it feels like, and then it feels like kind of, it can get into the territory of being an obligation, being a burden, whatever it is. And I am reminded that there is a big, you have a work thing coming, I know. So I wonder if this is stuff with that. It could be something completely else, but it's this as an obstacle feels smothering. It feels very smothering, very overwhelming. It feels like you're being called to something that seems greater than yourself, but it's the obstacle. It's actually a lie. And while a part of your brain's like, but this is more important, all the rest of you somewhere inside knows that that is not actually true, if that makes sense. Can people in the chat tell me if what I'm saying makes any kind of sense at all? That'd be great. And then the advice card, we have the Two of Pentacles. And the Two of Pentacles. Hello, Ashley. Welcome. Thank you for joining. The Two of Pentacles is it's about balance in the physical realm. It's about juggling things. It's about it can sometimes feel like it's about keeping the balls in the air, but I don't think that's the case. I think the advice for this is, what balls are you bothering keeping in the air, and are they the correct ones? And by correct, it is completely subjective onto what you want. What do you believe are the correct things? At the end of this, when you look back, what will you think and say, well, this was the important thing. I wish I had kept this ball in the air. That's the important thing. Yes, I said balls. Balls, 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 balls. I'm a giant child. The juggling, the pentacles. What do you want to prioritize? This doesn't feel like advice of be careful what you're juggling. It's look at what you are currently juggling and decide. Maybe maybe the advice is to decide to put some of those things down before you drop them, because other things are more important. What are the things that you absolutely cannot stand to have fall and break? Because those are the priorities. Because, like, just going on the example, if this is related to work thing, right? Work comes and goes. It's important and we need it. Uh, Can you see my rather long comment just about having to leave? It's gray for some reason. Oh, that might have been that it was put on. Bye, Michelle. Sorry, sometimes YouTube just holds comments for some reason. If I don't understand why, and someone has to Someone has to approve them. So sorry about that. That would be why it's gray. Juniper, I think what you need right now is to look at this not as what you're already doing, but look at this as a problem solving kind of a thing. Because like that job example, jobs are super important and they do many things for sure. That said, when we look back on phases in our life, the things we tend to miss and regret and wish we'd done differently, most of the time they don't stem around jobs, especially if it's something you're looking at as like a job versus like a life's path. And again, I'm just using this as an example. It might not actually be about that. Thank you so much for joining. Everyone say bye to Michelle. Bye. Oh, my kid just said bye, Michelle. I did. That was very strange. I don't know what's going on with the comments. Very weird. My kid said bye to Michelle. But so the advice is to sort the priorities, to decide what are the things in this, what is the actually the thing greater than just yourself as you identify yourself. And I actually think the answer is yourself. I think this is about needing to prioritize and work on yourself and those emotional boundaries, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. I did it. And Candy, look at the back. Pretty. Ooh. For those who don't know, this is the Boo Tarot. It is new. It's by Celia Millsville. And all of the majors are sparkly. Look at this 8 of Swords. Candy's dying over there. Candy's like, it's so cute. And it is. Look, I love this strength card so much. This is like my favorite strength card. Look at it. Ooh, pretty, pretty, shiny, shiny. So it is. Oh, I hate to tell you, Candy, but you could just choose not to buy it, even though it's shiny. You could choose to buy it later when it's still shiny. Anywho, my unboxing was so much fun. So there we go. We did our first live reading. What do you think, guys? I've never read in such like publicness. Okay, so how it works is you choose not to do it and then it's done. I feel great, Lisa. I feel fabulous. I feel so fabulous. I have a very important question. No, you guys are the best. I have a very important question. What 3 things could you could buy at a grocery store to make the cashier give you weird looks? Let's do this. We have a question, Barb. It's yours and it's up and it's the best question. You know, PJ, I am a ball of anxiety and my anxiety manifests in lots of chattering. Lisa already answered and she said cucumbers and hand lotion. Look, see, I'll show you. A lot of comments to scroll through. Okay, maybe I won't show you. But Lisa already said cucumbers and hand lotion. So I want other answers. I don't care if Lisa won. There are no winners. We're all winners here. I want other. What 3 things could I buy at a grocery store to make the cashier give you weird looks? Vaseline, cucumber, and tissue. I think you've been beat, Lisa. Laundry soap and an extension cord. Knife, rope, and tarp. Here's the thing. I think we have such vastly different offerings in our grocery stores. Toy cars. Literally, you say grocery store, and all I can think of is food. I just really like food. Zucchini, olive oil, and baby wipes. I'm sensing a theme. Okay, you guys do this. I just have to quickly fill my water bottle. So I'm just going to make this screen big and mute. But I will be very right back. I just have to fill my water bottle. So y'all talk about this question. I want to see some answers. Okay. Whipped cream, chocolate sauce, and a hand towel. Yes, PJ. Yes. I think bananas, onion, and Old Bay seasoning. That's creative and weird. Adult massagers, yeah. Yeah, adult massagers is a thing. Okay, so does anyone have any other questions for me before I could pull up the wheel again? That was hysterical. Not sure you can find those at the grocery store though. Well, at least not the paddle. A paddle? A dog collar? Oh, you're talking about your own self. Oh, your own answer. This one. Yeah. Um, Here's the thing. For those who perhaps don't know me, um, I'm a I'm a weird combination of personality type in which I remind myself both of Lisa and Peggy. I'm bubbly and ish, and I like people, and I'm blunt, and I will say anything. Yesterday, my favorite thing from yesterday, I was extremely tired, and I sat there, uh, and so you know the song, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. That song. So yesterday, I was sitting on my bed and I like flopped over and then I sang, I get knocked down. So then I take a nap all day long. And I sang it for hours. I would be sitting up and I would literally just like lean over and saying, I get knocked down. So I should take a nap. It was hysterical. And it is now my thing. So now when I fall over, I plan to sing, I got knocked down. So I should take a nap. Because it's funny and I'm weird. I'm a weird person. And I was in school. I was always the person who would bring up the inappropriate topics. Amazing. Um, I I I was always the friend who would bring up the adult topics with my friends in high school. So I didn't take a nap. I drove my family a little bit batty instead. Let's bring up the wheel if no one has any questions. Let's see. Wheel time. Oh, there, I clicked the wrong place. There we go. Share. Okay. Ready? Drum roll. Quick, Lisa, now's your chance to talk smack about Barb. Steph! Yay! Woo! Woo! Okay, Steph, I know you're here because I see your name. Barb is pissing the night away. Actually, she's pissing the early afternoon away. Barb is great. We know Barb is great. Barb is amazing. All right, Steph, do you have something in particular in mind for the ghosts? We shall gather. It's time to gather the ghosts and get some guidance. Yes, Barb, you did. I told Lisa it was her chance to talk smack about you, and she failed and said you're great. Look, guys, isn't my banner the best? Focus. Where should you focus? All right. Oh my gosh. Please, someone, y'all love my saying, my new saying, we gather the ghosts and get some guidance. I almost named my whole tarot membership after this, or my whole YouTube membership after this this deck, after the cute ghosties. I love what I came up with, but I literally almost named it all after ghosts because I love the ghosties. Go ghosties, go! Okay. Where should you focus? Okay, let's see. I know you don't really have much need. Focus. Well, that's an answer. Got more details for me, please. That one was off. Barb just wants us to. Barb just wants us to Is it spelled alliteration, not E? I spelt it wrong too the other day. Okay, where to focus? Where to focus for Steph? I think that's it. You got Temperance, Sparkly Ghost, Sparkly Ghost. Sparkly ghost. And you got the Six of Cups. You know, I don't pull this card a lot. Just interesting. This is not a card I pull a lot. So let's see. Okay. I probably could have riffed for about an hour just on the Temperance card. But I wanted just a touch more context. Where you should focus on. Okay, well, first of all, emotional stuff. Oh, cool. Emotional stuff, because just on barely surface level, focusing on the emotional stuff because it's a cups card, so it's emotional, it's intuition, it's feeling. But there's also the fire element in the Temperance card. And to me, okay, this makes a ton of sense because to me, when you bring, I want to make myself bigger. There. And put me on the correct side. There we go. This is like my setup of when I do readings, when I do client readings. To me, I have very specific feelings of fire and water energy when they come together because it's what I live in and day out. And fire and water together is it, to me, that's where I feel spirit. And the Temperance card is a major, so it's also in my brain that it is like the spirit element, as earth, air, fire, water, and then spirit. And the fire brings in the passion and a different kind of intuition. Intuition does fall in the water realm, but it is also felt in all the realms. And I feel like we do our intuition in different ways. So some people tap into their intuition through the element of earth. Some people tap into their intuition through the element of water. Some through the element of air. Some through the element of fire. So there's a focus of intuition. There's a focus of emotions and of feeling and of connection. Like, look at this card. It's connecting emotionally so you can grow all these beautiful, abundant things. But really, the second card did not come out easy. I almost put the deck down and just talked to you about the Temperance card, which is totally fine. It's a big energy. Temperance is about balancing. It's about transforming energy into different energy. So like we temper liquid molten things to create swords so we can go to battle, or at least we did when we would do that kind of stuff. We temper our anger with love and with kindness. We temper our emotional overwhelm with relaxation. We're constantly trying to temper things. And often when people get burnt out, it is because they have been having trouble with this. When this card came to teach me, it came so loudly that I walked into a classroom where someone's name was literally Temperance. So, and the biggest lesson I learned that year was that balancing itself is an act. It is not a stationary point. And that's the first thing I thought of. Hey, Elvira, welcome. I think folks over time have forgotten that balance requires action. It requires it's like love, right? People forget that, and in general, there's a lot of narrative around forgetting that love is a verb. It is an action word. So is balance. That's why it's called a balancing act. It's not called a balancing stay still and don't move and hope nothing falls over. It's called a balancing act. And I think this is the main focus. The main focus is on this act of balancing. I forgot. I star that comment for a second. Anywho. Having this pop up tells me that there's big things that need some tending to. And the biggest thing I've learned about how the act of balancing feels is it's knowing when to switch from one thing to another. It's knowing when to lean into this energy and lean away from that one. It's knowing how to move and how to flow. It is an extremely active thing. It's a dance. It's delicate. The tiniest drop of things could set it into a different direction you don't necessarily intend. So, thinking of words, it's like, I got it. Your focus, I was just going to say, Steph, your focus is to stop drowning yourself in things. And this applies to what you just said. Drowning yourself in the anxiety, going off what you said, in the hopes that you'll be able to fix it, or solve it, or whatever way in which that part of your brain communicates with you, and no judgment. My brain does it too. Drowning yourself in it, pouring yourself over the situations, over the anxiety, over and over and over and over and over and over again, looking for that singular piece that will shift it and will give you that understanding, and then bam, you can go and you can fix it. That doesn't work. We all sometimes expect that to happen. We all forget that a lot of things in life can't just be solved and then they're just solved forever and they're gone and we don't have to worry about it. That's not, life doesn't give a shit about that. Life does not give a shit about us wanting to do that. And it doesn't work. So I feel like you need to focus on learning to recognize when you're drowning yourself in something you're trying to address. Because drowning yourself in something or smothering yourself in the thing that you want to address the balance of will not help you become balanced. The number one first step to any of these is to sorry, I just saw Janet's comment. The number one first step of any of these is to sit back and first learn to recognize the difference. You can't figure out when to talk about the anxiety and when to just move through it if you don't know how to recognize, are you talking about it from a panicked place? Are you speaking rationally? There's so much groundwork. And I feel like maybe in some way you're kind of skipping over some of that groundwork, if that makes sense. And I think that's understandable, because when you've got big emotions and big mental things going on, it's very easy to want to skip over the groundwork. But I think your solution is going to be actively passive, which is an incredibly annoying thing. And I know, because we've worked together a bit, I know you're a big problem solver. So sometimes the solving the problem is taking a step back and just learning things. It's very much reminding me of the Hanged Man. I think you know what I'm talking about, though. So do that, and then it's done. I'm just, my wife started doing that. She's like, one day we were talking about something. I was like, I don't know how to do it. And she's like, you just do it, and then it's done. No problem. She was being facetious, of course, but you know. So there you go. I hope you liked your ghost guidance. Your ghost guidance. This read was for Steph. Steph Journals right here. This for this lovely lady. Welcome back. How's everyone in the chat doing? How we all holding up? Oh, hey. Hello, Krista. I was showing off your bag, and I made one of my admins share the link, and I talked about how awesome you are. So, welcome. Woo. Time to check in. Does anyone have any actual serious questions for me? Oh, I do have other little news. I am going to be I took some Roback, so I should be in fine form in a very short while. What are you packing for? I had macaroni and cheese earlier. What you packing for, Novira? Let's see. I had to emergency clean my house a little bit yesterday. It's still a bit chaotic. Let me tell you, the worst thing about having a tiny house, our house is very small, is that if you even spend one day where you are not diligently tidying for hours, it starts to feel very cramped and cluttered and a lot messier than it is. Love is a verb. Bye, Steph. I'll see you later. I'm glad you caught your reading you ended up getting. Doing my grocery shopping. Are you buying appropriate items or ones that'll make you get looked at funny? Here's the thing. I manage that sort of, except I've never had it. Oh, right. I knew that. I've never had it be so much. Like, I tidied today, and there's just like our house is so small. It's like less than 600 square feet. That's my kitchen. So there's my kitchen. Nope, that's the wrong way. There's my kitchen behind me. So you can see the difference. I'm not far. And there's the wall where my kitchen becomes my living room. And then up this wall right here is behind it is the stairs to leave my house. And then that door behind me is my bedroom door. And there's not even a hallway. It's just door, the bathroom, and then Cameron's room. It's tiny. This is the smallest house we've been in. Like, we had it's a 2-bedroom. So like we have bedrooms, but like we had a 1-bedroom that was bigger than this 2-bedroom. So comparably, it's very small. And the thing is, like, we tidy today, but like I have a bunch of my paintings. That stack right there is paintings of mine. And I can't keep them all. Let me show you. I'll show you some paintings. Want to see some of my paintings? I can't keep them all because I don't have space for all of them on my walls. And they're down because of when we almost moved last year ago. Last year ago? What a sentence. That's not even a sentence. Um, so I have a bunch of paintings. We are supposed to talk about you doing the art for the, oh, right. Yes, I do have that written. Let me tell you, it's been so I've got paintings of my witch hat. It's up there. I will get it in a minute. So I've got paintings from my series from when I did a booth at Toronto Pagan Pride Day. Pisces. It's just that I have horrible mental health. Some days, Gemini, some days I just need, and these I did like before I really studied astrology, so I would do these a lot differently now. And I want to make decks. I just don't have a concept in mind. Oh, boo, Emerald, that sucks. How is your dog, by the way, Emerald? Is your puppy okay? Taurus. So I have these paintings. All of these, I don't have a place for them, and I've offered them to people on Facebook to be like people local to me. Here's my Aries one. Just like I don't want to just donate them. I worked hard on them. Here's my Scorpio one. I would do these very differently now. Sagittarius. They're not all here because I did sell a couple. And Capricorn. I have this and some dust. So I just want to find good homes for them. And they are sparkly. Like they do have sparkle to them. I'm gonna message you, Shay. I'm sorry. My mental health has gotten pretty tanked. Okay, I'm glad she's doing okay. I have this one. I'm just trying to get the lighting better for the. What if you do a monthly raffle or giveaway of those? Janet, that is a wonderful idea. The truth of the matter is I have extremely limited financial resources right now. So I can't necessarily afford shipping. That's my only issue. I would love to do giveaways. That's why I did for this, I did like the raffle. I did like the raffle for the readings because it was something I could do to say thank you that doesn't take resources I don't have. That said, if someone watching these really wanted one of these that I am already planning to get rid of, except the next one, you can't have the next one, because I have plans for the next one. If someone saw one and was like, I really wanted it and was willing to pay for shipping, I'd be happy to discuss it. It's just not something I can afford to front the cost on for giveaways, at least not right now. But so there's this one. Is that US or Canadian, Emerald? This is the one you guys can't have. And they're not necessarily like in perfect condition. So I just want to find nice homes for them. I'm extremely proud of this one. This one's gotten, but I want them. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't it pretty? I'm really proud of this one. I mean, I'm sure there is a way to scan them digitally, but then I'd still have to do something with the physical canvases. So this one, maybe you'll be able to see on this under camera, but the line here around this guy is actually a slight shiny metallic red. I don't really paint much anymore because I wish I did. Well, exactly. These are the ones I well, maybe not this one. I haven't decided about this one. This, I already know what I'm doing with this. So maybe not the bigger ones, but then I have a whole bunch that I need to put up. Do you want to see some more? Or are you guys bored of the paintings? I love painting so much, and I did galleries, and I wanna paint more, but like I don't have room to store a bunch of paintings, and more. Show us more. Okay, you can see some of the ones I have finished that I am keeping. That's just a picture, an old picture of me and Zariah. So I have this one. I love this one. Oops. Look at that. I was so proud of it. This I made. This is really cool. I made a board. So this is a crystal grid board that it's wood, and I made it, and I carved it, and I painted it. So this is hand carved. I designed it, carved it, and painted it. I'd love to do stuff like that. So that's that's this guy. Look, it's a picture of my kid. Look at my baby. He's not that small anymore, but look at him. Look at his cute face. Look at his cute face. I used this crystal board. You could sell those boards on Etsy. I could. I'm nervous to do selling things because I have high expectations, and if my expectations don't get met, then I get sad and I don't do things. I give up, and I'm very hard on myself. So, but I love the crystal boards. I don't know. I suppose I could try like a couple little ones or something. If enough people bothered me about it, I probably would. Here's like one of my watercolors. And then, oh, I love this one. Let me show you here. Look at this one. I want to make a tarot deck so badly. I just don't have a concept idea. There we go. Look at it. And it's got purple. You can actually see there's some purple in it. And then this one, oh, I think Lisa's going to love this one. This one is one of my absolute favorites I've ever done. Isn't it beautiful? I love this one. This is one of my favies. So I clicked a tab. I clicked a thing. Where'd you go? Must find this the thing. Y'all can probably still see me fine, but oh no, I keep opening things. So I love this one so much. I love it. It's like a fairy dragon. So yeah, so I have lots of I can't bring myself to just like donate them. So then I have lots of stuff just all over my house in random non-actual storage locations. And that's not even all of them. I have more. Because like we also don't have a lot of storage. It's just not ideal. And I'm very frustrated right now because when we started in this place, is it sparkly? What? The painting? Get my. Make sure there's no spider in it. I have my hat. I feel like I'm having trouble adjusting to wearing hats without hair. What do you paint? What paint did you use? I used acrylic paints. I always use acrylic paints. Okay, I want to spin a wheel. Are you guys ready for the wheel? Let's spin the wheel. I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Look at my. Okie dokie. Let's spin the wheel. Share screen. Chrome tab. Oh, it is hot. I'm all like sweaty. Oh, nice, Jace. How are you liking your shorter hair? Do you like it? Okay. I'm going to spin the wheel. Are you guys ready for spinning the wheel? Oh, let me make that wheel bigger. Why is it so small? There we go. That's better. It is nice having no weight on your hair, on your head. Now I'm all like used to it. Krista! Are you still here? Yay! Wheel of Tarot. Yeah. Yay! Okay, did you want a general or a question? I can't remember. I could look at the other tab, but you're here. Oh, you said general. I looked at the other tab anyways. General. Okay, so we're playing with the boo ghosts for this. Okay. Let's go with an energy obstacle advice because it's one of my favorite simple 3-card. This thing is poking me. PJ, Lisa's, just in case you aren't aware, I truly don't know. Lisa's wife, Peggy, sells on Etsy. And Lisa does a lot of the back end stuff. Lisa does a lot with like helping list things on the Etsy site and whatnot. So I am sure that I'm sure that there are resources out there, but I know Peggy has been using Etsy for a few years and has such great understanding that she even okay, cool. That she made a Facebook group about it. So I don't know, maybe there's someone you can reach out to just to get it's so hard to understand those things. The way things word people word things are so weird on like things. It's so very weird. Anyways, Krista, let's do an energy obstacle advice because it's fun for my earthy friend Krista. Yay! Big yes to the Boo Tarot. Square is awesome. Is Square what you use with your website, Lisa? Energy. Energy. I freaking hate doing website stuff. Okay, focus on Krista. Energy. If it has to land because I use jumpers because I'm dramatic. Energy. Oh, Krista, you've had a reading with me. Wait. No, you did have a reading. That's okay. You're allowed to zone out, Emerald. Energy. What is the energy for Krista? Y'all, these ghosts. Okay. General reading for Krista. Let's make it okay. My God. Advice. Hi, baby. Look, babe, look at my banner. Come look at my banner. I'm so cute.
You have a banner?
I have a banner. Look.
What's your banner do?
It says those words.
Gather the cups. Excellent.
Wait, come back. I want to. Oh no, you took my hat.
Oh well. Go gather the ghost council.
Thank you. Now my hat feels weird. I have to get it right on my head again. Oh, okay. Advice. Interesting. Krista, what on earth is this nonsense? Okay, look at this. Let's make this big. Look at this. You got the Eight of Cups. Krista, are you okay? This is a lot. So the Eight of Cups is back. And last time we had the Eight of Cups, Krista, we were talking about emotional boundaries. Yes, I swear. How's the ADHD, brain foggy kind of stuff? Is it a lot? You don't have to answer. I'm nosy, but you can ignore my questions. I love this. This was embroidered. This was from Kira's Magic Spindle or Needle on Etsy. Expensive. It's suede, hand embroidered, fabulous work. Anyways, so we did energy obstacle advice. This is kind of overwhelming, which is why I asked if you're okay. I'm glad you are, and I know you have supports and stuff. But I look at this and I feel like I feel like I want to look at your chart. B, I feel like kind of tired looking at this. And I don't feel like tired coming from within me. I am tired, but tired like that made me want to ask you if you were okay. I have no clue if I'm even right. It just feels like looking at these cards, it feels like a lot. So the energy is an energy of walking away, of emotional boundaries, of realizing something, while it may seem perfectly good, is not actually good for you. It's like those moments when, like, on paper everything seems fine. On the surface, this is making my head sweaty. On the surface, everything is okay. It reminds me of the moment. I can't think of a better way to explain it. It reminds me of when I was trying to go and get help with my depression, and I saw a social worker, and they asked me what was wrong, and I was like, there's nothing wrong. And they're like, your marriage is fine, your money's fine. I'm like, yeah, everything's fine. And then they were like, so why are you depressed? And it's like, I don't know, that's the whole point. And it's that kind of thing of like, on paper, on the surface, it it's it seems like everything's been okay, but I feel like this Eight of Cups is signifies a realizing that the thing that seemed okay is not actually okay for you. And perhaps this hasn't happened yet. And it's okay if I'm totally off the mark. Just if you could at some point just let me know if you understand what I'm saying, that would be helpful. But if the Eight of Cups here feels like the realizing that something, while it technically is okay, is not okay for you. And then the obstacle, we have the Seven of Swords and the Death card. This is a weird combination, let me tell you. My brain is like, okay, that's totally fine. I just even if it doesn't make sense or align personally, that's okay. I just like to know people understand the words I'm saying. The Seven of Swords and the Death card as obstacles. Okay. I'm just going to go with it. And I hope this lands and makes sense. And I hope this is helpful in some way. When I look at these cards, I wonder if you're heading towards burnout. These three right here. These three make me wonder if you're just going right in towards neurodivergent burnout. And neurodivergent burnout is a doozy for damn sure. That's what this feels like. I don't think you're there yet, although I could be wrong. But this feels so very much like coming from in the mental headspace, and I don't even know why. Like, yes, there is a sword, but it's only one sword. But that's what it feels like. It feels like heading towards burnout, heading towards being just drained. There's this interesting thing for those who don't know. Neurodivergent burnout is a very real thing, and it's very strange. And I don't know if it's quite the same as other types of burnout. But neurodivergent burnout is just, there's not necessarily a lot going on. There's not always that you've had a lot of bad things happen. Neurodivergent burnout happens when anyone who is neurodivergent, it's if they are autistic, if they have ADHD, if they are anywhere on the neurodivergent spectrum where their brain functions in a way outside of what is considered the norm, you can have neurodivergent burnout. And again, I just don't know how this compares to, like, say, neurotypical burnout. You can get, it's like when we get into spoon theory, when people say, like, I'm out of spoons, it's because listening to music for an hour can completely overstimulate us. And then if we're doing that for multiple days, we can get burnt out from something so simple as listening to music. It's not always big life things that burns people out. And if someone has any kind of neurodivergence, and I think there's a lot of people who are neurodivergent, and there's nothing wrong with it. I think the majority of us are, and for some reason the world was built on the minority of, like, being neurotypical. Anyways, the point is, yes, sensory overload can cause burnout, Krista. And this is a thing that a lot of people don't realize. Oh, thank you, Jessica, and welcome. This is the first time I've seen your name on the live today. What a lot of people don't realize is what neurodivergent burnout feels like until they've hit it. And normally, people who are neurodivergent live in burnout for so long until they realize they're neurodivergent, until they start accommodating themselves, and then they start to realize they can't function the way they used to. So a great example is, there are some folks who, after the lockdowns of the pandemic, have been unable. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. Okay, thank you, Shaya. Like, what happened for some folks is the lockdowns happened. They had a lot more space to themselves. They were allowed to design their life and control their life in new ways that they couldn't previously because they had to work. And now there are some folks who are realizing, I cannot return to my work the way I used to do it. I have to do it differently now. Or they're going back and they're getting burnt out way faster. And for a lot of those people, I would put dollars to donuts, it's on neurodivergence, because we're overstimulated, we're overtired, we're overworked. All of us are, to an extent, for damn sure. This feels like that kind of burnout where it's like nothing will happen. Nothing big might be happening. And then all of a sudden you're just drained. And it can take us a while to understand why. And I hope I'm explaining this okay, because it's a very strange thing once you learn about it. This right here, neurodivergent burnout comes often from accommodating others and or masking or the other general social or or executive function demands that don't cater to our wiring. Exactly. I am not able, like myself, for an example, I'm not able to tolerate going into social gatherings the way I used to before the pandemic, right? So this feels kind of like you're heading towards a neurodivergent burnout. And you can absolutely have that with ADHD. I'm sure you could do some research if you wanted to. The advice, here's the Ace of Wands, which I really love. I love the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands to me feels like a spark of inspiration and joy. My word for this card is inspiration. So I feel like the advice in this is to follow your joy. And that's whatever that joy means. That joy can be taking a nap, because naps are amazing. That joy can be eating a donut. I know you like donuts because I've seen your Friday fun things you do on Instagram. But I feel like the message, the point of this is like, it's okay if there comes a time soon when you start to feel burned out and you're looking at it and you're like, but I don't understand why I'm burned out. Nothing bad happened. This can happen to us. We can look at it and be like, but nothing bad happened and yet I'm burnt out. I don't understand. And I think the only solution you need right now, at least from these cards, at least from what I can tell you, is to have fun and follow your joy, because learning to do that is what helps us learn how to accommodate ourselves, how to design and create and curate our lives to us. We should not be designing ourselves to fit life. We should be designing our life to fit us, as long as we're not infringing in anyone else's lives as we do it. Follow the joy, and that will help teach you about this stuff. Does that make sense? Please tell me someone understood what I was saying. Hi, Holly. Thank you so much. Please tell me someone understood what I was saying, because that was out there and I feel subconscious. And to be clear, all types of burnout suck. Okay. Good. I'm so glad. Thank you, Krista. I hope it's helpful. And cute ghosts. You love ghosts. I know, because you have this deck. So yeah, just to be clear, there are lots of different kinds of burnout. Tons of different kinds of burnout. Do it, Krista. Follow your joy. Take a nap leaning up against a tree. Fall asleep reading a book. Eat a pie. I don't know. Hey, Loriana, when did you join? Eat a pie. Anyone else want a pie? Hi. The problem for neurodivergence that makes the conditions look like disorders is that the world at large is not designed to accommodate us, but it is designed to accommodate neurotypicals. I think you're spot on. Yes. The truth of the matter is no one should have to experience feeling completely exhausted after going to the grocery store. There are very different reasons for various people why we might feel exhausted after going to the grocery store. And a lot of this comes from lack of accommodations that we make for ourselves. So, like, we do not accommodate ourselves. We're taught, it's like the whole saying of like, you don't make your wedding dress fit you, you make yourself fit the wedding dress. It's like that bullshit. No, that's bullshit. You can make the dress fit you. And it's the same with life. We've been programmed to try to make ourselves fit life, versus trying to build our life specifically to fit ourselves. And that's extra hard to do if you live with multiple people. There's so many layers. but it always comes down to a lack of accommodations, right? A lack of the ways we don't accommodate ourselves because we've been trained not to, and the way we aren't accommodated by others and considered by others. And everyone deals with these things to varying degrees. Everyone, neurodivergence, neurotypicals, everyone deals with these things. It just is situational how much of it we deal with, if that makes sense. Yes, for boundaries, badass boundaries. Anywho, I want to check in and see how everyone's doing because we are just about to hit the 2-hour mark. How is everyone? Oh God, I hate fluorescent lights. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. They give me migraines all the time. No one else seems to like, everyone else is fine, but it makes my eyeballs hurt. I hate fluorescent lights. Ugh. Anywho, how's everyone feeling? Are we having fun? Do we want to keep hanging out for a little bit? What do you guys think? Because I am here for you, beautiful peoples. Yeah. Do you want to know, do you want to see something exciting for that's coming on the channel? It's been filmed. Where's my book? Okay, here's my journal. Let's make this bigger. Let's keep going. Ruh, ruh, ruh. Okay, so coming up on the 31st is the video. Look. Yay! Lisa, you saw my pink dragon painting, right? Look what I got. Look what I've got. So, stay tuned on the 31st, unless I change the order of the videos. On the 31st. Oh, you got the deck. Did you get it because of me, Barb? Did I enable you? I like enabling people. So for those who don't know, and there'll be a video more with the walkthrough. So I'm planning currently for it to come out on the 31st. This is what started it. Okay. Here's what started this, Shea, this exact thing. I watched the hot takes of Lisa. Someone get the link, although maybe the link for the playlist. Lisa did the hot takes of this, and I wanted it, and I was like, I wanted it, but I hadn't pre-ordered it. So, but I had this book. And then Lisa did the hot takes, and I saw one card. Let me find it. I don't want to spoil everything, but I'll show you the one card. I saw this card. And it hit me. I was like, because Lisa's right, there are no keywords, and that could be very confusing. Absolutely, 100%. That could make this an inaccessible deck for some, depending on what our interests are, right? I'm extremely interested in Laura Tempest Zakroff's work. And by the way, the back of the cards, which is here, is also the back of the book. And I saw this, and because I had this book, it clicked. I was like, wait a minute, what if this deck was designed, built to work in conjunction with the work in this book? what if this deck, and look at the backs. Oh, there we go. Look at the backs. What if this deck is meant to go with the book? Anatomy of the Witch, A Map to the Magical Body, because this deck, this book talks about the things in, it talks about lots of things in here. So there's the witch lungs, witch heart, the serpent, witch bones, the weaver, loving the magical body. There's lots of stuff in here. And so I was like, wait a minute, maybe there's a connection between the oracle deck and the book. So then what I decided to do, since I really resonate strongly with Laura Tempest Zakroff's work, and I feel like there's something really big and important and meaningful and shifting for me in this book. So I decided to get them and do some videos for my channel as like a book and deck club to do work, to see how these two things can work together, can work off each other. So I had this, and I was able to order this thanks to lovely clients who support me and purchase things so I can purchase things, essentially, and pay bills, and and just supporting my work. So I got both, and I'm going to be on the public channel. I'm going to be exploring these two together to some extent, and as like a book / deck club. Of course, Juniper, you missed your reading. You want a reading. So I don't have timestamps. I'm sorry. I am sorry. But so you did not miss this. I am hanging out, having a good old time. You'll have to go back and watch later because you did get a reading. I put your name in a comment. So if you like scroll through, you should see it. But so that's what I've decided to do. So I filmed the intro video where I did a walkthrough of this, and I talked a bit about the concept of what I'm hoping to do. And I talked about my first impressions having done the walkthrough of this as an oracle deck, and what my first impressions of how I think it will work for me in my life. And so there will be some public content of the Anatomy of the Witch deck / book adventure. And there will be some private content for my YouTube members, my YouTube channel members, which again, for those who missed it, my YouTube membership launches tomorrow. I'm very excited. So that is totally fair. That is totally fair. And that's why I'm doing this. I want people, Laura Tempest Zakroff doesn't do, in my opinion, she's not one for just like straight oracle decks that people can just take out of the box and throw down and read. And there's nothing wrong with those decks. It's just not Laura's, it's not LTZ's thing. She goes very intricate, is I think the word I used. And she likes to build like a web. So Weave the Liminal doesn't really go with the liminal spirit. I have Weave the Liminal. I'm dropping paper on myself. Here it is. It is a fabulous book. The two are slightly connected, but nowhere in here, it's not a direct connection. Sorry, I got distracted by a comment. So this is this is comparable to Rebel Witchery or Rebel Witch. This is like a starting, or this is a book that people could pick up and learn about living modern traditional witchcraft. And it is fabulous and stunning, and I highly recommend it. That said, there is no, and I've read this whole thing, and I've looked at walkthroughs of the liminal spirits. The liminal spirits are a thing that exist in this world, but it's not like a direct connection. At least not the same way that the anatomy of the witch, like they literally, I'm just checking the back. There was somewhere I read about this. I think it even says in, nice. I think it even says in the guidebook of this that, oh my God, I just whacked the camera. That somewhere I remember in my filming, it said something about these two going together in a more direct way than Weave the Liminal and the Liminal Spirits. Hi, Annabelle. Thank you very much. Yeah, the box is really nice. So yeah, so I did get that. And yes, I have planned the start of my Walk in Wild Wisdom series is coming late autumn. Somewhere in here, journal. First one's coming like beginning of November roughly. So there's that. It's coming too, and that is working with this book. Oh gosh, which I already did a video of this. Perhaps one of my mods are still here. They could grab the link of my Walk in Wild Wisdom. So I have this book by Maya Toll, and I'm going to be journeying through this book. I'm going to be journeying through this book, and I'm going to be doing the basics of it publicly for the channel, and then more in depth with my membership. And my membership is I made the book and deck club on what accessible to one of the lower tiers, because I want to be able to explore these things that people are interested in, but perhaps can't necessarily get all the information just by looking at a walkthrough, right? Like the anatomy of a witch oracle, a simple walkthrough of it might not tell you if the oracle deck is for you. It depends. You might find out, okay, this isn't for me to use as a oracle the way I use other oracles. There might be more to it than that people won't know unless someone explores it, kind of a thing. Anywho, me this week looking at deck videos. Yeah. I am running out of steam, and I'm getting a bit hungry, and I have to spend some time with my family before we play D&D tonight. So I'm going to finish us off with one more wheel spin. Wheel of Tarot. Is it Wheel of Tarot time? I think it's Wheel of Tarot time. I need to, and my throat hurts. So let's do a Wheel of Tarot. Naps are always a good time. Good times had by me. Yesterday was my anniversary, you guys. Yesterday I was 11 years that Zariah and I have been together. Well, Jessica, you were not here earlier. I'll open the wheel in a second. One of my tiers gets quarterly D&D games. I haven't figured out all the logistics of like where we would do it, if we would do it live stream to the membership, which we could, or if we do it through Zoom. But, yes, I have emojis. Hold on, let me show you. Well, I'll show you the one I've shown. Look at it. I made an emoji. But so stay tuned and check out my membership announcement video goes live tomorrow. Now, the last time of the wheel. I'm so excited. Y'all have no idea. I practiced, oh God, I like filled up Lisa's message box with squealing of excitement about the membership. Okay. Oh, I hope everything works out okay soon, Jessica. As okay as they possibly can be. Okay, let's see who wins. Ivy's Grove! Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Okay. All right. What did you say? General reading. All right. Are you still here in the chat? I'm going to start shuffling. Do you still want a general reading? I love how the wheel claps at the end. Yeah, me too. Yep. All righty. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. General reading for Ivy's Grove. Energy. Obstacle. Well, yeah. Obstacle. Oh, Shaya, that's amazing. You need to message me once you do that. My gosh, do you have Libra in your chart or Gemini? Do you have Libra or Gemini in your chart? Or do you just like twos? Advice. You know what? Apparently we're not doing actual energy obstacle advice. We just have a couple of pairs here. Gemini moon. Let me tell you, for Libras, okay, hold on. I have to correct Lisa. Lisa, yes, you do. You don't have any air placements. This is a common misconception. Good night, Emerald. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good night. Beautiful dreams, or beautiful non-dreams if you dream too much and you need a break from them. Whatever floats your boat. Have a good night. Okay, this is a common misconception for astrology. People look at their chart and there's nothing wrong with it. Everyone does it. It's okay, Lisa. I'm just using you as a teaching moment. People look at their chart and they say, well, I don't have I they see that they have nothing in air or what have you, and they say they don't actually have anything in air, right? Or they'll say, I don't have anything in Virgo, or I don't have Virgo in my chart. I don't have, right, whatnot, and such and such. Everyone has all of the energy. Everyone has earth, air, fire, and water. Everyone has all of the things. It's just about the emphasis, and it's about the ways in which we tap into the different things. I tap into air a lot more than Lisa will, because Lisa Stevens, that is, because I have air placements in my chart. Excuse me. My moon is in Libra. That's an air sign. And that's okay. Welcome and thank you. My moon is in Libra. That's an air sign. And my Mars is in Gemini. That's an air sign. I have air placements. So I will access and work with air more frequently and in more direct ways than Lisa Stevens, for example, will without any air placements. The biggest thing about astrology, the number one lesson I tell everyone about astrology is complicated AF. And because it is so complicated and so multi-layered, and there's many different practices, it's even more complicated than tarot. It's comparable to tarot in that, like, there's many different systems. Astrology is so multi-layered and it is so old. People have been practicing astrology for thousands of years. So our brains are trained to oversimplify things. So when we look at our charts, if we don't see something in any of the air signs, we might say, I have no air, or no earth, or no water, or whatever it is. And that's not true. That is a misconception. There's way more nuance to it than that, than just what you instantly see on your chart. There's many and much more nuance. So I just wanted to use Lisa's comment here as an example to get rid of that misconception, because there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. There's a lot of extra things that go on. Okay? Make sense? Now look at Ivy's Grove's cards. Where are you? I want to. So you're not, like, Earth won't be a huge emphasis for you, and you might access it through different ways, but there is always all of the energy there. I am. I have a tier that adds astrology into it. I am wanting to do more. I have so much I want to do on the channel, but the more I spread out, the harder it is to grow and things on public YouTube. But I do have a tier specifically. It's one of the you'll see the details tomorrow. I do have a tier specifically that includes some astrology stuff, and I'm sure that all of the tiers will hear me talk some astrology stuff throughout videos, because I talk astrology all the time. Anywho, so sorry about that, love. So both of these came out in pairs. This pair came out first, and this pair came out first. And having Temperance as one of them just brings this whole what's going on with dualities, with balance, with making sure you look at both sides of things. Having you had two pairs of two just pop out and nothing else popped out. So there's something going on. I feel like something very dualistic, something very two-sided. And I don't mean two-sided in a bad way. It feels significant to me that you had two groups of two pop out. And the two groups of two you had pop out, you got the King of Cups came with Temperance, and you had the 10 of Swords come with the 3 of Pentacles. Thank you, Holly. I'm just thinking. I want to do that. Okay. I feel like this is a point you're building towards. That's wonderful. And okay, first of all, am I allowed to use your name, Ivy's Grove? Am I allowed to use your actual name, or do you just go by Ivy here on YouTube? It's totally fine. I just want to make sure I'm respectful of your comfort and boundaries and whatnot. Because you buy decks in pairs, right? It's Kelly, right? Is it Kelly? I'm so sorry if I'm forgetting wrong. Anyways, I feel like this is kind of a thing you're aiming towards right now, the 3 of Pentacles, collaboration in something. Okay, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate it. So you buy your decks in pairs. I'm not at all surprised. So it feels like this is what you're kind of going towards, and this is something going on underneath, and then these are kind of supportive things, hints to help you and such. So it feels like the energy is moving and building towards the 3 of Pentacles. There's something building in the realm where you require a lot of collaboration, or where you want to collaborate on something, or something that is requiring you to collaborate. There's something about, but it doesn't feel like you're here yet. It feels like you're going that way, this way. You know what I mean? It feels like you're moving in that direction. And that it could be various things. It could be collaborating more in your house. It could be spiritual collaboration. I feel like something new is coming in that is wanting collaboration. And I feel like what's going on underneath is the 10 of Swords is it's one of the mental health cards, and it's an overthinking card. It's an overthinking that causes a lot of pain and depletion and burnout and or just confusion. I'm trying to think of all the words. This feels like I'm trying to think of the words. Have you Have you recently had something new happen in your spiritual practice, like a new entity came a knockin, or something new wants your attention? Um, have you had that? I have no clue if it's just what it feels like. I just feel like I don't even know why. Um, and you don't have to answer me, by the way. I'm nosy and I ask questions, but so we're moving towards collaboration, and going on underneath it, part of the problem is overthinking a lot of things in various ways and to varying results. Um, okay. I feel like there's something that wants your attention, and I have no clue what it is. And I have no clue why I feel like that. It's just a feeling. But I but when I talked about collaboration, I thought spiritual collaboration is what popped into my head, and I thought about like a new spirit guide, a new deity, a new some. I have no clue. I don't know what floats your boat in your spiritual sea. Um, I I just had this really strong feeling like something wants your attention, and maybe you're too busy thinking to have picked up on it yet, because there's been a lot going on. So if I'm right and there's something new coming that comes knocking and wants your attention, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Um, Allow it. I know a bit about you, so I know you don't strike me as someone who overthinks a lot, but I know that means very little. But don't try not to overthink. Try to just allow it to happen. And I think that yeah, I think that's your word. I have no clue what it means, and I'm sorry, but this is about you allowing. Because also too, the King of Cups, sometimes the King of Cups is about, like, sometimes the King of Cups is too much control over your emotions. So again, it's allowing. Sometimes the Temperance card is trying too hard to balance instead of letting it naturally flow. I feel, I have no clue why, and I hope this isn't weird, and I'm sorry. But all I keep feeling is like something, yeah, allow and allowing. Something is, it feels like something wonderful. It feels great. Something big is coming. And your big message is to allow. This is what happens when I read cards. Sometimes I get weird messages I don't understand. I know it's okay. Thank you. It's im, imposter syndrome things that make me get all nervous. Uh, but yeah, so there you go. I would love to for you to report back for my nosy ass self. You don't have to, but I'm nosy. So like if you want to report back later, that'd be awesome. It's not required. I'm just always a song. Um it it's weird and nerve-wracking. I don't get a lot of opportunities. Um well, see, okay, here's the thing. The truth of the matter is, it's not necessarily that it doesn't make sense, it's that it's a message, and it's not my message. It has nothing to do with me. This is something I experience where I just feel like I'm just the messenger and I don't necessarily know what the hell is using me as its mouthpiece. I don't think it's anything bad because I wholeheartedly believe that I am safe from any energies that I wouldn't want interfering with me just because I believe I'm safe from them. I believe my belief is my protection. It's hard to explain. Anywho, it's not so much that like the reading doesn't make sense. It's that sometimes I get messages, like I had it happen recently where the message was completely like it made no sense from the cards and it was such a strong message and I could feel it just like um and it's but it doesn't feel like it's coming from me. I cannot tell you how I got what I got from the cards at all. And it feels like my psychicness coming out to play. And I never know when that's going to happen versus my intuitive nature. Um, never, never know for sure when I'm going to really be playing with the intuition and psychicness. And I don't know how to call it on purpose. So it's a whole thing. Anywho, there we go. Did y'all have fun hanging out with me? I hope you all had so much fun hanging out. Uh, Last chance. Do you have any questions for me? Any important questions, not Barb's silly ones? Although I do love Barb's silly ones. I just need to go. Oh, you know what it is? Do you actually? Do you actually? Juniper, you'll just have to let me know how much fun you had rewatching. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll have two videos. There'll be my regular video and then there'll be my extra special announcement video. So my regular video will be on released at 1 instead of at noon in Eastern time. So very true. So I had so much fun. Thank you so much. Please go and check out that video. Thank you so much to all of you for coming and hanging out and subscribing and helping. Thank you to a couple of you even gave a super chat, and that's amazing. So thank you so very much. That's so just wonderful. I had such a great time. Stay tuned. If ever you have any more content you want to see from me, please let me know. I'm here for you. But yeah, go have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever time of day it is. And I will see you all again very, very soon. Lots of love. Bye.